Okay. So I hope everyone got the syllabus for third internals, right? So source transformation, star delta, followed by 5 theorems. Then you'll be having a topic till your RL circuit, initial condition, right? So we will try to do revision on your theorems now. So I hope everyone got aware about theorems, all 5 theorems. Can anyone list me how many types of theorems you have? Theorems. Yeah.
Thevenin's, Norton's, maximum power transfer theorem, and
Okay.
superposition theorem and Millman's theorem. Yes, sir. Millman's theorem, sir.
Yeah, good. So I hope everyone know each theorem procedure how to solve, right? See, first of all, you should know the awareness for what purpose we went for theorems. Even though you had KCL, KVL, source transformation, star delta conversion technique. So what is the purpose of going for your theorems? Can anyone tell me? What is the purpose of going for theorems? What exactly you are going to do in theorems, which you are not done in your earlier modules? KCL, KVL, source transformation, star delta. Yeah. So you want network theorems here? Yeah, Lavanya.
Circuit, open circuit.
Open, pardon?
Sir, short circuit and open circuit.
Okay. No, that you're talking with respect to individual theorems. I'm asking in general, why you want theorems?
To find the equivalent circuit in the simplest form, sir.
Good. So we know that simplification of a circuit is a big task, right? So either you can use KCL or KVL, correct? Source transformation or star delta conversion. So each has its own advantage. So each scientist have developed their own logic so that you can solve the things easier than your earlier method. For example, if you have 5 meshes, so we went for star delta conversion, right? So we are using that star delta conversion to get the answer simplify, because applying KCL KVL for more number of nodes or more number of meshes will yield you what? Time consuming. It is not, it is impossible. It is possible, but it is time consuming. So we need to maintain the time as quickly as possible. We can analyze a network. So for that, different scientists have generated their own theorems, right? So like superposition theorem, Millman, Thevenin's, Norton, as well as maximum power transform theorem. So using this, actually earlier we had one more in your syllabus, that is called reciprocity theorem also. That was not there. Only 5 theorems they are kept as of now. So you just need to have an awareness. So each theorems performs its specific things, right? So if you go to superposition theorem, so what was the procedure we have followed to solve the superposition theorem here? So is this superposition theorem applied for both dependent and independent networks?
Yes, sir.
So it is applied only for what? Independent or dependent?
Independent, sir.
Independent. So wherever you see dependent source, you don't have any option. You need to retain the circuit of dependent as it is and you have to proceed. Okay. So now we will just recollect the procedure and we'll try to solve dependent problems, because independent problem you will do not a problem with that. Dependent problem is a where network where you're going to struggle. So you will make a mess while taking the analysis. So that should not happen. So my suggestion is try to solve as much as dependent type of problems. If you're able to solve dependent, then independent will be easier for you. Okay, fine. So let's proceed now. So can anyone tell me what is the procedure to solve superposition theorem? How to solve superposition theorem?
First, we consider the.
So first you need to count the number of what? Sources.
Voltage and current
present
sources.
In the, yes, good. So that should be of what? Independent or dependent? If you consider independent, dependent together also, superposition theorem is applied only for independent sources.
Independent, sir.
Correct? So if we consider independent, assume that you had 5 sources, out of which 3 are independent voltage source and 2 are independent current source. I'll repeat. How many sources I told? 5. 5 total sources are there, out of which 3 are independent voltage source and 2 are independent current source. So I told number of cases will be depending upon number of sources. Correct? So if I say 5,
Yes, sir.
so you should get 5 cases. Yes or no, yeah? Am I clear, everyone?
Sir, only 3 cases, sir, because as in the 3 cases, we keep the dependent source as it is.
No. I told all are independent only. 3 independent, 2 independent current source. Okay, now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if it is independent, how many sources you have, that many cases will come. So how to do the individual cases? The procedure says, if you make one as active, remaining should be deactive. So if you consider one voltage source as active, other 2 should be short circuit with respect to voltage. With respect to current, it should be open circuit. Correct, na? So this much you remember, right? Everyone, superposition theorem?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let's try to analyze the things for a different type of problem. So you can see the network on the board. Is it visible here? I think such kind of network solution was not happened. Am I correct? Is it done or not? Is it done or not?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So look at this. By looking at the network, so what is the question they ask is, using the principles of superposition theorem, you need to find the current I. So where is I? Across 4 ohm resistor. So across 4 ohm resistor, you can find the value of I. Correct? So by looking at the network, can you judge is it dependent or independent here? Look at the network and tell me, is it dependent or independent? Yes?
It's dependent.
Dependent. Good. So now, after finding it is dependent, so you everyone know there are 4 categories of dependent, right? So this network belongs to which category? This network belongs to which category?
Super mixer.
Pardon?
Voltage dependent.
See, there are
Mesh
4 different
analysis.
types of dependent source I'm talking, right? So here there is a dependent source. What type of dependent source it is?
Current dependent voltage
Current
source, sir.
dependent voltage source, sir.
So you can see here current is there, voltage is there. So we can tell current dependent voltage source. So it means this voltage source is depending upon the current across this 4 ohm resistor. That is what the meaning of dependent. Okay. So now if you look at the network, you have 3 sources, out of which 1 is dependent, 2 are independent. So superposition theorem applies only for independent category, right? So you need not change anything with respect to this. You need to keep that as it is. Okay? So if you keep this as it is, how many cases you will get now?
2,
2
sir.
cases.
2 cases. Correct? So if you make this 20 volt as active, what will happen for my 5 amp resistor?
Open circuit, sir.
Open circuit. So it means this I becomes I dash. Correct? You're just giving different name. See, ultimate goal is to find what is complete I. So if you take the cases, I need to add all the individual current to get the main current. Correct? So case 1, 20 is active, 5 volt is open circuit. You need to find I dash. That is case 1. Case 2, 5 amp is active and this 20 volt becomes what?
Short circuit, sir.
Short circuit. So you're going to retain this independent or dependent. So this will be as it is, right? 2I.
Yes, sir.
So again you're going to get I double dash. So you want I means it's I dash plus I double dash. Answer will fetch you what is the current across 4 ohm resistor. So this is what the normal procedure, right? So let's proceed with this. So now I want answers from you people. So because you already learned the way to solve, right? So let me take case 1 here. So what is active now? 20 volt is active. See, you need to write a statement like this. If you want to get complete marks in the exam, each steps plays a major role. Don't be in a hurry to write the final answer. You're not going to get the marks only for final answer. Each steps plays a major role. Okay. So then 5 amp is deactivated. Okay. So after this, what is the new circuit now? So new circuit, is it visible here what I'm writing? Everyone, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So this become open path now, correct? Now? So I have removed my 5 amp current. So 20 volt is active. So remaining, you can keep the things as it is. So plus minus 2I. So this is what the circuit look like. Correct? So now what will apply? Will apply mesh analysis or no nodal analysis? Mesh is enough, no? See, in general, you have two meshes, I1 and I2. Correct, na yaar? So now, since this is open path, so I can find only one current, that is called I. Yes or no? Even if you take I1, I2, there is nothing but I only. So you will be getting only one current I. So can you tell that current itself is your I dash? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what you will apply now? So this value is 2 ohm. Yes. What you will apply now? Apply mesh analysis and tell me what is the answer. So apply mesh analysis.
Minus
So
4.
you can trace
Minus 4I.
minus 4I minus 2I or I1, whatever you want, you can take. Okay. So then plus 2 minus 2I, then plus 20 equal to 0. Okay, now I think B section people went with reverse category. You have taken positive for plus minus. Am I correct? Section you went or minus. Is it same? What Nutan? My voice is breaking here. Is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible? Yeah. Yeah, Nutan. This has positive. Analysis, what you done? Is it same way or you taken this as positive?
Positive, sir.
Okay. See, whichever method you learned, go with that. But you will get answer is same. So I have taught them as plus to minus as negative. So here, whichever method you have done, same way you go it. So we'll verify the answer, not an issue. Okay. So solve this. See, anyhow I know 2I. This is dependent. So I know that what is I? I itself is your, see here. I itself is what? I dash. You can write I as I dash also or I also, not an issue. Okay na? So what is the answer of I now? Or I dash answer how much here? You can solve all this.
2.5 amperes, sir.
2.5. So you got the first answer from case 1 as 2.5. Any doubts? Anyone till here? Am I clear till here to everyone? Is it fine here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's proceed then. So we'll go with case 2. So case 2, what is the logic here? So this 5 amp is going to be active. Correct? So I'm going to rewrite that. So 5 amp back, direction is upward, and this becomes short circuit. And this, instead of making I dash, I'll make it as I double dash. So different current name. That's it. Okay. So now, how many mesh currents you have? I1 and I2. So what type of concept it is now?
Super mesh, sir.
Super mesh. Good. So apply super mesh logic. What is the first equation? So among these two current, which current is matching with the direction?
I2, sir.
So according to our assumption, I have taken both as clockwise. So this I2 is matching with my current given the problem. So the first equation becomes
I2 minus I1.
minus I1 is equal to 5 amp. So this is my first equation. So once you write the first equation, you're going to eliminate this, right? So then stick on with the procedure. So minus 4 I1 minus 2. Yeah, I'm audible here. Is it audible? Yeah, everyone, is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So I applied my logic. So minus 4. So however you done, just go with that. So minus 4 I1 here 2 I2 is there and minus 2 I equal to 0. So we know that what is I? I is nothing but your what? The current across this, nothing but I1 only. Agree here? Everyone. So I is
Yes, sir.
nothing but your I double dash. Cut and draw. So I double dash is across this 4 ohm means what current is this? I1. Can I call this I double dash as I1 only? Can I?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is the expression now? So it's minus 6 I1 minus 2 I2 equal to 0. So this is equation number 2. So solve this two and tell me what is the answer of I1 into?
Sir, I1 is minus 1.25.
Okay.
I2 is 3.75.
Okay. So out of these two answer, which one I want here?
I1, sir.
I1 is required, sir.
So I can call this as itself as I double dash. See, I got I as well as I double dash. So what is the final procedure now? I need to calculate my total I. So what is the procedure to find total I? In general, I is equals to I dash plus I double dash. Cut and draw. So I dash is 2.5 and I double dash you got minus 1.5. 1.25. Sorry. What's the answer now? Is it 1.25 only?
1.25. Yes, sir.
Understood, everyone? So since the assumption is positive, whatever the clockwise direction we have taken, it is same. If you get negative answer, it means that assumption what you have made should be reversed. That's it. So am I clear to everyone with this? So everyone got the answer 1.25 only? Is it okay, yaar? Everyone? Any doubts, anyone with this problem, superposition theorem problem? So try to solve dependent as well as AC analysis type problem much as possible. So because you are going to stuck with this type of problems only, you will do independent problem without any worries. Only mistakes you'll commit is with dependent as well as AC analysis. So if I say no doubts, let me go with one AC problem also. Shall we?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me proceed now. Go with the next one. So I want you people to tell the answers now, how to solve the problem. Put on the question. Using superposition theorem, obtain the response I. Obtain the response I for the network shown below. Obtain the response I for the network shown below. So question is here. Just make a note. I am trying to solve AC networks now. So if we solve AC and independent or dependent problem, you understood the logic easily. So is it visible here what I'm writing? Everyone? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
So 8 and angle 135. So AC source minus plus. So write the symbol clearly here. So don't make mistakes here. Okay. So this is what the given question. So across what I is flowing? Across which element here?
Across the inductor, sir.
Everyone. Audible? Across which I is we are supposed to find?
Across the inductor, sir.
Good. Across the inductor 2J. Okay. See, that's why I'm telling, whenever you solve the problems, see the complexity problems are like this only. Means AC analysis problem as well as dependent problem. Try to solve such type of problems, at least 1 or 2. So it will get an idea how to solve. Otherwise, you're going to stuck in the exam. So that should not happen, means you need to practice at least few problems on this. If you able to get this answer, then you will do remaining easily, not a problem. Okay, so now tell me how many sources you have. How many sources you have?
3 independent sources, sir.
3 independent sources. Good. So all are AC only. So since you have polar form, if there is a polar form in the given network, it's understood it is a AC analysis problem. Clear? So now what is the thing I should find? So how many cases you told? 3 different cases will come now. So case 1, case 2, case 3. So we'll go one by one. So I need to find I dash, I double dash, I triple dash. See, sometime they may ask you to find the current, sometime they ask you to find the voltage. So depending upon that, you need to calculate. Anyhow, if you find the current, you can find the voltage also. Clear? So now we'll go with case 1. So what is case 1 here? What you're going to make active?
The voltage
What
source,
you're going to
sir.
make active? So you're going to make the voltage source as active and current source as deactive. So if you do like that, what will happen? This is gone, this is gone. If these two are gone, then what is left out? See, for case 1, this is eliminated, this is eliminated. So after elimination, draw a new circuit. That also carries marks. This is a mistake you will commit. Straight away will apply case 1. You will forget to write the diagram. You will start doing the things. That should not happen, everyone. Eliminate this, a new circuit. Okay. So now, for that case, this becomes I dash. Correct? So in general, you have 1, 2, 3 meshes. But this mesh 2 and mesh 3 currents are gone, means it's an open path. So if it is open path, do you think any current flows across 2 ohm?
No, sir.
No.
So it means this complete mesh is gone. Only this is left out now. Agree here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Only this is left out means I can just find my I. Itself is I dash. So how to find? See, voltage is known and impedances are known. Can I apply directly I is equals to V by R logic here? Or you want any mesh analysis to be done? Ultimate goal is to find the current. So since it is only one mesh, whatever current flows here, same current comes across this 2J also. Agree? So now tell me, can I apply your Ohm's law logic directly? I is equals to V by R or not?
Yes, sir. We can apply it, sir.
Yes. So now, so I am not, see this you should not write. I am just telling there only. So eliminate this. So what is left out? Only this mesh, mesh 1. So from this what I want only current. So I want I or I dash, both are same. I is equals to V by R. So what is apply now? It's 8 at an angle 135 whole divided by R means here it is Z. Correct and wrong? So it is impedance, right? It's a combination of your L and C. So we're going to call it as impedance. So what I should do? I should make it as 2J minus 1J. Sarendra, so your numerator is in polar form, denominator in rectangular form. So what you should do? See, if you want to be done manually, convert the denominator to your polar form and you can do the things easily, or convert the numerator to in rectangular form and use your calculator to get the answer. Whichever you feel comfortable, go with that. What is the equivalent of 8 at an angle 135 rectangle? I hope you don't know how to do conversion, right? So just tell me the conversion answer. 8 at an angle 135. What is the equivalent rectangular form here?
Sir, minus 5.656.
So minus 5.
Minus 5.
656
Okay, okay, and then
plus
Plus 5.
plus J 5.656. 656, sir.
5.
okay. Divided by 2j minus 1j. See, this is nothing but what? Nothing but 1j only, right? So substitute this and tell me what is the current. Check out in complex mode and get me the answer.
.656 plus J 5.656.
5 because it is 1, no? It is same only. Correct or no? Is it fine here? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Sir,
It's
plus
Yeah.
sir. Plus sir.
plus 5.656 J, sir.
ಎರಡು plus up, both are plus?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So whatever right answer you got, can I call this itself as my first answer I dash? Agree?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay. So case 1, any doubts anyone? See, don't forget to write the units here. So units also carries marks. So don't neglect the units. Try to write the units also. Fine. So come back for case 2. So case 2, what I should do? I should short circuit my voltage. Correct now? So short circuit my voltage. So anyone you can make active. For example, if I make other one as active, this become open path. So again you have I1 and you have I2, right? So which current I should get now again? If I get I1, that itself is my I dash. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So apply for case 2 and get me the answer now, everyone. Case 2 model. Solve case 2 and tell me answer. So whether you want to apply mesh analysis or you want to apply branch current rule, whichever you feel comfortable, go with that. Can I apply branch current rule here?
Yes, sir.
So the main current, see, this is current what I want, right? So branch current is equals to main current, that is 2 at an angle 90 degree. Main current into opposite resistor. So for this, which is opposite resistor? Is it 1J minus 1J?
Yes, sir.
So I'll repeat, branch current is equals to main current into opposite resistor divided by sum of 2 resistor. Clear? So sum of 2 resistor. See here there is open path. There is no flow of current takes place here. That's why you're choosing this 2. Is it fine? If you do that also, you'll get the same answer, or apply mesh analysis for this. I1, I2, you already got I2 answer. I2 is this. So just apply mesh for this. Substitute the value of I2 in that. You can get the answer. So both are fine. So whichever you feel comfortable, go with that. If you know branch current logic clearly, so apply the logic. Branch current is, so this become I double dash now. I double dash is equals to main current into, for this opposite resistor is this. So minus J divided by sum of 2 resistor. How much? Any doubts anyone with this? If you have, you can ask here.
Minus 2J amperes, sir.
Minus 2J, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's all, huh?
Yes, sir.
Will you get J term? Okay. Any doubts? So the negative symbol indicates the assumption. See here, the assumption was given in the question with this way, correct? I have taken in this way. So both are in opposite direction, right? That's why I got negative answer there. Understood here? Is it fine till here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what is last one? Case 3. So retain back your earlier, what was value given? Upward, right? 2 at an angle 0 and this become open path. So now which current you want? You want, if you take this as I3. So now what will happen? So this is open path now. So I want I triple dash. So again, can I apply my branch current rule here?
Yes, sir.
So same logic apply for case 3 also. Case 3.
2 amperes, sir.
So you will get
Minus 2 amperes, sir. Minus 2.
minus 2 amps. So others just check out. So whatever the answers we got, is it matching? So these are all the 3 answers we got. I dash, I double dash and I triple dash. Any doubts, anyone till here? Everyone got how to find individual currents? So try to solve such kind of AC analysis problem. It will be easy for you. Shall we proceed? Any doubts? Is it okay till here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what is the ultimate goal? I need to find what is the current I. So to find I, what we should do? So I is equal to I dash plus I double dash plus I triple dash. So you need to add all these 3 answers to get a final answer. So just add and tell me what is the final answer. So using the complex mode, everything is in complex term, right? 65J minus 2J minus 2. How much here?
$3.65 plus
So
$3.65.
minus 3.65. Yeah, 3.65 plus 3.65J. See, you can keep the answer in rectangle form. My voice is breaking. Am I audible here? Audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So you can keep the answer in rectangular form only, but the question was given in polar form. If it is a network that is in polar form, right? So try to keep the final answer also in polar form. Okay? What's the equivalent polar form? Tell me.
5.16 at an angle of 45 degrees.
Positive,
Yes, sir.
okay. So this is what the final answer what you're supposed to get. So anywhere we did mistake or is it fine, clear till here? Is it fine here? Everyone till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you have any doubts with this, you can ask. Otherwise, we will move on to Millman. So I hope you got the concept of superposition theorem, everyone. Shall we move on to next, Millman?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So try to solve Millman complex problem now. Write down the question, next one. I will try to solve AC problem only because Millman you will make mistake in AC analysis only. Okay, hold on. Find the current through ZL. So it means load impedance. Find the current through load impedance using Millman theorem. Find the current through load impedance ZL using Millman theorem. See, read the question completely, whether it is Millman, superposition or source transformation, whatever is there, complete question you are supposed to read. Then only try to answer. Okay. Put on the question now. So they are given network. I hope you remember the logic of your Millman theorem. Yes or no, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's try to recollect the things now. So I'm not going to tell anything. I want you to tell the answer. It is just like a revision class. You just recollect the things what has happened in your classes. So 3 at an angle 0 degree volt, 4 at an angle 0 degree volt. Is this problem done here? I think no. Is this done? For both A and B?
No, sir.
Okay, just try to try to analyze as much as AC analysis problem. So ZL is here, 10 at an angle 45. So now before going for this problem, I want you to tell what is the advantage of using Millman theorem. So then we can go with the formula wise, that we'll do later. Yeah. What is the purpose of going for Millman theorem? So superposition theorem, you got to know to find a equivalent voltage or current across particular resistor for independent type of sources. We went for superposition theorem. Same way, Millman theorem. So assume that Millman theorem was not asked. If they ask you to solve using source transformation technique, what is the procedure? All are voltages only?
Yes, sir.
You can look at here, all are voltages with respect to AC, correct? So we know that voltages in parallel can't be added. So what we used to do, we used to convert that to current, because current in parallel we can add, right? So we need to convert all this to practical what? Practical current source.
Current source, sir.
You need to add all the things to get one equivalent current source with equivalent impedance. Again, you're going back to apply the logic of source transformation to get the voltage. So once you'll get only one voltage source with one impedance. Then you would apply your normal mesh analysis or branch current logic to get the current across ZL. So this was the procedure. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So instead of all this much steps, Millman given one complete formula. With that formula only, I can get the same answer what you got using your source transformation technique. So you got the advantage of Millman now, everyone. Have you got the advantage of Millman theorem, why it is required? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Can anyone tell me what is the formula? See, without reading formula, you can't solve the problem, right? Millman theorem. So whenever the Millman theorem is asked, try to write the generalized formula first. Okay. So what was the formula here? So Millman theorem you can find. What is the formula?
VM.
Total impedance
is equal to how much?
total voltage is equal to E1 Y1
Summation I varies from 1 to J or 1 to N. Then EI into YI.
sir.
Whole
Divided by YI.
Summation.
YI.
So I will take this variation 1 to N only. So is it 1 by I or only YI?
YI, sir.
So this is the formula. I hope everyone remember, right? Everyone remember this? Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what is E? E is the number of voltage sources. See, whenever Millman is asked, in the network, even there is a current source, practical current source, you need to convert to voltage only, because formula is not there for current source. It is purely for my voltage source. So even though you find any current source here, apply source transformation logic, get in terms of voltage. So make sure all the networks in the given thing should be voltage. Then only this formula will be applicable. Okay. So now is it E1 plus E2 plus E3? So all directions are upward only. It is means all are in same direction. Yes or no here?
Yes, sir.
So it means I should perform E1 Y1 plus E2 Y2 plus E3 Y3. Assume that if I give this downwards, then last one should be subtracted. So this much you remember, right? That much everyone remember or not? Is it fine till there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now proceed. So just apply this logic to this and get me the answer. So just you need to substitute the values. So before that, you just try to write y1, y2, y3 separately. If you get the answer and dump in this formula, it will be easier for you. Okay. So what is y1 here? What is y1?
1 by Z1, which is equal to 0.15.
So always remember the y is admittance. So I want in terms of reciprocal of your impedance. Kata. So impedance value is given. This is your Z1. So combination is 3 minus 2J. So this will be your 1 or 1 by y1. If you want, you can keep this as it is, or you can solve that also, not an issue. So this is your y1. Similarly, y2, 1 by z2. How much here? It's 1 by 4 plus j. So what is the unit for admittance?
More, sir.
So you should be reverse. This is called mho. So try to write the steps clearly. Okay. So with units y3, 1 by z3. So it's 1 divided by 2 plus 2j. So this is one more. So we have got y1, y2, y3. So now similarly you can write all e1, e2, e3 also. So mention e1 as 3 at an angle 0 and e2 as 4 at an angle 0 and e3 as 10, 10 at an angle 45. So we got all the values what we want to dump in the formula. Try to write the formula first. Try to write the individual terms like this. Then dump all these values in this formula. Get the answer. So any doubts anyone till here? Any doubts anyone till here? So ultimate goal is to find my current across impedance. So for that you should have equivalent voltage as well as equivalent resistance, means impedance. Yeah, check out what is V dash. I mean what is E. You can call it as E or V, both are same. So how much you got here? Just dump the values and tell me the answers. So you can keep the conversions if you want in rectangular form, and you can use your calculator in complex mode, substitute and tell me what is the answer. So you want me to substitute or will you do this? Is it fine till here? You can do this remaining part, right? Substitution. Expand the formula E1, Y1, E2, Y2, E3, Y3 divided by this. Check out what is the voltage. So if you get the answer, let me know what is E or the voltage you're going to get. Anyone got the answer here? substitute all the values in a complex mode. So if we look at that, one is in polar form, divide by is in rectangular form. So try to convert in one and get the answer. So you see, since the angle is given 0, 0 for first, you can write what? Is it 3 plus 0j? Rectangular form?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyone got the answer for E? Yeah, B section people, any doubts here till here? Are you able to understand the way we are solving the problem, right? Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just check out the answers here. Substitute all the values in the calci. Keep the mode in complex if you want to do everything in complex mode. And check out what is E.
Sir, is it 6.85
6.85
plus 1.81j?
1.81j.
81j.
Okay, good. Can you tell me equivalent polar here?
Sir, 7.08 at an angle 14.84.
Okay, fine. Good. So one of your friend got the answer, others just cross check. Is it same answer what you got? So next I want what here? What is next I should find? See, you have found equivalent voltage. So similarly, you want equivalent impedance also? Yes or no? So what is the formula? Y is equals to y1 plus y2 plus y3. Check out how much is equivalent, or you can use equivalent Z also. So you can write Z equivalent 1 by Z1 plus 1 by Z2 plus 1 by Z3. So whatever answers you got here, dump here and tell me what is your equivalent impedance. How much? So you should take reciprocal here. How much is that? Just check out here. Others have got the answer for voltage? What your friend told?
Yes, sir. It's right, sir.
Yeah. Just check out the equivalent impedance now.
Sir, it's 1.34
Okay.
plus 0.293j.
Okay, good. In polar, yeah.
1.37
Okay.
at an angle 12.315.
Yeah, I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So 12.315, sir.
12.3. Okay. So others got the same answer? Yeah, good. Correct. So yeah, voice is audible now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So ultimate goal is what here? I should find the current across my load impedance. That is what they've asked, right? So what is the formula to find my current? I is equals to V by R. So V you got 6.85 plus 1.81 J. This is your voltage divided by, so this answer plus the given question. So in the question, how much they have given? Impedance. How much was given here? Is it 1 plus J?
Yes.
Right, Appa? So this is what the formula. So solve this. See, this is the ultimate goal. I need to find the load impedance current. So check out this in a complex mode and tell me what is the answer.
Sir, 2.55
2.55
minus 0.624 J.
you tell me in rectangle polar also here.
2.62
Okay.
at an angle minus 13.75.
Minus.
13.758.
Okay. So everyone got the same answer. So you try to keep the answer in polar form because the question was given in polar form. Okay. So always try to keep the answers in polar form only in AC analysis problem. Is it fine? So everyone got the same answer. So I hope everyone understood the logic how to solve Millman theorem for your AC analysis type of problem. Say try to solve such type of problem. It will be easy to solve independent type of problem for you. So any doubts? Anyone with superposition Millman theorem? Is it fine till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we will stop here. It's time already. So still if you have any doubts regarding any theorems, you just clarify from our side and do well in the internals. Okay.